Yes. Thank you everyone for coming, and big thanks to Ian, Kybernesis, as well as Anthropic for hosting this event. I made some slides, and I used Claude Code for the entire thing. I just told it, make me some slides, but I wanted to have something to show, but I'll be talking about it. I'm gonna use the laser pointer so I can look professional. Ah, yes.
So professional.
I feel my IQ just went up. Okay, well, a little bit about me. My name is Johan Sathinathan. I've made over 6 figures of revenue with Claude Code. I built and sold a SaaS company in 12 months, and now I'm using the same playbook to grow 3 different SaaS companies. The main thing I focus on is how can I make revenue with Claude Code, because building cool products is amazing, but I wasted a lot of money. I've built over like 19, 20 products, and maybe only 4 of them made money. So now my main focus is ship a product as fast as possible and then use some of these playbooks and stuff that I'm gonna share with you on how to actually make money with Claude Code. So once you make a product, a big thing is how do you get traffic to the product? Because if you have an amazing product but nobody knows you exist, you're never gonna make money. People have to know you exist. There's so many products that are just like living in a graveyard because they are amazing products but no one ever discovers them, so they make $0. But there's some horrible products that have amazing distribution, that people see them, they're doing all the marketing, and they are killing crazy money. So how do you get traffic to your website? That is the first goal. You made an amazing product. What do you do next? How do you get traffic to your website? And there's a lot of stuff that used to take a long time, many, many months. The 3 things I'm gonna focus on are SEO. You can pay SEO agencies like tens of thousands of dollars, get scammed, or you can do it yourself. You can hire freelancers, but I like using Claude Code, and that's what we wanna talk about. So the first one is free tools. The general idea about this is, let's say you have like a email copywriting tool or an email outreach tool. I'll give an example of one of the tools that I have, which is a Twitter cold DM tool. It's one of the tools I'm going right now. It is made for Twitter, so some of the free tools that we're making are like Twitter bio generators, tweet generators, thread generators. And the idea is that your target audience is searching for those tools. They can discover you via SEO, and once they find you, you can have tons of pop-ups, lead magnet to get their emails, or even just having your branding. I think the general rule is like it takes 7 different touch points with your customer until they trust you. So them seeing your free tool, discovering you from SEO, seeing your brand, that just builds more trust and helps you eventually convert with them. So free tool, the workflow for this, I abuse Claude Code. I use it extremely, it's like I don't want to do any work if I don't have to. You want to work smarter, not harder. So free tools, you give in your product to Claude Code, say this is my product, this is what it does. If you are in your directory, you can literally say like, read my code base, understand all my features, understand my ICP. You can also go to Claude and like try to get a better understanding of your full ideal customer profile and have it brainstorm 10, 15 different free tools that you can make. And then from there, you just want to focus on 3 free tools and have it generate the free tools. These things Claude can generate in like 10 minutes. So I hope that some people go home today, if you have a product, generate some free tools, because you can make maybe 3 free tools this afternoon. And then after that, you can go into Ahrefs, which has amazing like meta tag description updaters. Like it improves your meta tags. So you make your free tool, go to Ahrefs, have it optimize your meta tag, your meta description. That way you can help rank faster. So that's a little bit about free tools. Programmatic SEO. So this is a big thing. This laser pointer is so addicting. The big thing with programmatic SEO is how can you make a large amount of pages? Here it says thousands of pages, but it can also be hundreds of pages, tens of pages, whatever it is. And my favorite thing for programmatic SEO is competitors. So the workflow for this is you want to steal your competitors' traffic. Chances are, if you're starting out, there is a company that has been around longer than you. They're getting tons of organic traffic from Google, and they are making money from it. So steal their traffic. They've done all the hard work. You just want to take money from them. And the idea about this is, let's say, for example, ChatGPT and Claude. Let's say Claude just came out yesterday. ChatGPT has been dominating the market for a long time. ChatGPT is getting a lot of traffic from ChatGPT, but there are people who search ChatGPT and then they'll search up ChatGPT alternatives. You want to rank for that because that means that someone is actively looking for an alternative. So how you can do this with Claude is you have to do some manual work and find your competitors, find maybe 4 or 5 competitors. The general idea with programmatic SEO is that you only have 2 files. One file that has all your variables and all the data. So you want Claude to essentially say, here are my 5 competitors, make a variables file that has all 5 of these competitors, their websites, their links, their pros and their cons. And then obviously, if you're doing a competitor page, you're not gonna make yourself look bad. You wanna make yourself look good, right? So you wanna do competitor alternatives and then competitor versus you. and have that variable file that really just makes your product look better. That way, if people search competitors to your product, they come, they see your page, and you can hopefully convert them there, have a lead magnet pop up so you can get their email, or even if it's just a page literally explaining why you're better than the competitor, chances are they're going to end up signing up, hopefully, right? And then targeted blog posts, high intent keyword coverage. So this is something that you can use Claude or Claude Code for, but the general idea is there's different parts of the customer journey, but when people are exactly ready to buy, you want to target keywords for that. A good example of this is someone searching like best AI chat tools, right? That means they are ready, they're not just searching about the problem, they know exactly what they need. A better example would be like cold DM tool. So again, I have that Twitter cold DM tool. If someone is searching up how to automate Twitter cold DMs, they are not like thinking about, oh, how do I get more sales? They actively know, I want to do Twitter cold DMs, how do I do it? They are ready to buy. So you want to make targeted blog posts for this, and the best way to do this is get maybe 20 different high intent keywords, feed it into Claude Code, and you can make a skill for this to really have like SEO optimized content as opposed to just AI slop, and have like 10 different very high intent blogs that just target customers who are ready to buy. So this is like the first step. How do you get traffic to your website? You have an amazing product. These things can help you get traffic, and SEO usually takes months, but one cool little trick with the free tools, again, this might take some weeks or months to really get traffic with SEO. You can buy an age domain. There's an SEO expert in this room who told me you can buy an age domain and help you get traffic a little faster that way. But with free tools, another thing is just make a demo video, post it on Twitter, post it on Instagram, post it in different directories like Product Hunt to help get traffic today. Like if you make a free tool today, you post in these directories, you post on Twitter, you will get some traffic. It might not be crazy, but you'll get traffic, which is the goal with this. So the second thing, traffic into signups. Imagine you get a million website visitors to your product, but your design is horrible, your copy is horrible, no one's gonna convert. So you just wasted all that time getting traffic, and now you left tons of money on the table, which is gonna absolutely suck. So the next thing is, how do you get traffic? Yeah, traffic is useless if the page doesn't convert. Claude Code giving me amazing copy, I didn't even write that. But how do you turn visitors into registered users? One thing that Claude Code released like 2 weeks ago was the front-end design skill. Before, if you designed stuff with AI, it looked horrible. Like people, I made the mistake of like designing one of my products with AI. I posted on Twitter and I got absolutely roasted. They were like, this is generated by AI, take this down right now. Tons of design agencies were like, we will redesign this for you. But with the front-end design skill, you can design very, very high converting landing pages that actually look good. They don't look like AI slop. So check out Claude Code's front-end design skill. You make way, way nicer design. That way, once people come to your website, you give off that like luxurious branding, premium branding, they see it and they'll convert. Another thing is Claude Code generating variants, and a big focus that I want to talk about is Posthog MCP. So Posthog is an amazing like monitoring analytics tool. It does a lot of crazy stuff, and they have an MCP that can connect directly to Claude Code. And once you set that up, abuse it. There is so much that you can really optimize, and that's what I want to talk about. So A/B tests for websites. If you're not running A/B tests, you're leaving money on the table. Once someone gets to your website, you're rolling the dice if they actually like the copy, if they actually understand it. So what I typically do is like very, very opposite A/B tests. One will be explaining the problem one way, one will be explaining it the exact opposite way, just to see what people like more, what converts better. And I used to use ChatGPT, come up with variants, but now you can do it all with Claude and Posthog MCP. So you can literally say, create A/B test for this landing page, and it'll do the entire thing for you. Obviously, you have to connect Posthog MCP, which is pretty simple. It should be pretty straightforward. And Claude Code will write the copy for you. You can explain how you want to run those A/B tests. So if you want them to be like very small changes or very drastic changes to really test what converts better for your customers. And the whole goal is that you design very fast with the front-end design plugin, front-end design skill, test as much as possible, right? So run tons of A/B tests with the copy, and then just keep repeating. Like this whole process, I don't know, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, when I was a kid, would have taken very long, but now you can do it, like you can run tests every single week and keep optimizing your conversion rate. That way, if you get 1 million visitors, the first week you get 10,000 signups, the second week you get 15,000. You keep optimizing and optimizing. That way, the whole point of this is growth, right? Step 3, there's way more steps than that, but this is just like the rundown. From signups to revenue. So again, another problem. Imagine you get 1 million people signing up to your product, but no one pays you. You just wasted time again. So another thing is, how do you guide the customer from signing up to the point where they're pulling out their credit card and they're throwing it at you? You gotta be ready to catch it. So Posthog MCP, again, you can use Claude Code and tell it to create a funnel with Posthog MCP. And what this will do is Claude Code will understand your product and know the entire customer journey. So from user sign up, what are the steps they need to take to end up pulling out their credit card? Again, I'm gonna give the example of my Twitter cold DM tool that I have. For us, people have to connect their account, they have to scrape leads, and then they have to start a cold outreach campaign. If people do not connect their account, they're not gonna do the rest of the stuff. And if they don't do the rest of the stuff, they're not gonna pull out their credit card and pay. I could manually make a funnel with Posthog, which would take maybe 10, 20 minutes, or I could tell Claude Code, look at my code base, understand it, and map out the customer journey and create the Posthog funnel. I thought it was those 4 steps. When I looked at the funnel that Posthog made, it was like 10 other steps. It gives you a lot more in-depth funnel, and you can understand the drop-off and every single part of the funnel. So once you have the funnel, obviously run it for like 10 days, 15 days, collect as much data as you can, and then you can go back to Claude Code and have it analyze the funnel and see where are the biggest drop-off points of the funnel. So for us, the big thing was accounts not being connected. So that's the first step. After people sign up, they weren't connecting their accounts. If they don't connect their accounts, again, they don't do the rest of the stuff. So once we had that data seeing that they were not connecting their accounts, you can have Claude Code optimize that. How do you convince people or like push them across that first step to connect their accounts? That way you can get them further along the journey. And that's where Claude is gonna help you improve, as well as onboarding emails. So you can have Claude Code give you suggestions saying, okay, look at this data right here on the first step. People are not connecting their accounts. What do we do to help improve it? And Claude Code's gonna brainstorm a lot of stuff. You don't wanna like raw dog it and execute first. Like have it planned for you and brainstorm different improvements they can have. And a big thing that I left money on the table when I sold my first thing was onboarding emails. Proper onboarding emails and like life cycle emails to help just guide the customer. If they sign up, keep emailing them. Maybe not the best example, but until they buy or die or unsubscribe, right? Like just keep emailing them. That way you can get them to subscribe, reactivate, and Claude Code can help with that whole thing, right? So analyze the funnel, see where people are dropping off, and then improve each step. And if there is something where it can't really improve that much, add an email. So like for us, people who aren't connecting their accounts, there's only so much we can really do. We can optimize the UI, we can optimize. If people don't really understand it, we send them an email after, I think it's like 24 hours with a video saying, okay, here's how you connect your account. That way we can guide them to the next step, to the next step, to the next step. And this is an ongoing thing, again, just like in the last slide where it said design, iterate, test, whatever it was. It's an ongoing thing where you just want to keep every once a week, bi-weekly, have Claude Code analyze that funnel, see any drop-off points or any things that can be improved, have it brainstorm improvement stuff, whether it's fixes that it can make itself, or you might have to implement if it's onboarding emails. Less friction, higher activation, more revenue, because again, if you have 1 million people signing up, you want 1 million people, ideally, you want 1 million people going through the entire funnel and pulling out their card. There is gonna be drop-off points, so you wanna understand where those drop-off points are, how you can optimize it. And Claude Code with Posthog MCP makes it a lot easier. Build once, automate, exit ready. So right now I'm going 3 different SaaS products, and the amazing thing is that Claude Code automates the business, not the code. Let's say 5 years ago, for me to run 3 different SaaS products, realistically, I would not have the time to do it. I would have to hire developers. I do work a lot with offshore teams, so it would be a lot cheaper, but you're still looking at a pretty decent monthly expenses just to have these 3 SaaS products running. But with Claude Code, you can focus on automating the whole business, not just the code. You can have Claude Code understand your documentation and just see which parts to optimize. So like auto-generated docs and SOPs. So some things that aren't even necessarily related to the software, you can have it fix. For example, customer support. That's not even related to the software. But if you do have something like Intercom, I use Bento now for all my stuff. You can have Claude Code write really good SOPs and add it directly into the code base, because the more organized your business is, the higher multiple you're gonna get when you sell. You do not want to be like, the business does not want to be relying on you. You want to be able to go to a buyer and say, look, I have this business that can run entirely without me. As soon as you step in, like you can generate money. You don't even have to run it. That's what I did with the last one, where I was not even in it for like the last 2 months when I sold it, and it was very, very incentivizing for the buyer because they were able to buy it and just hold a cash flowing asset where they're just making money doing whatever they want, living on the beach, I don't know. But the end result, calm, profitable, sellable anytime. So you can build something with Claude Code, get traffic to it, optimize it, and then really just spend time spend time optimizing everything where you don't have to put as much time into it. It's entirely automated, so you can keep building calm, profitable, sellable anytime. That's one of my mottos, calm, profitable portfolio of businesses, and that's what I've been trying to do with Jars Global, which is right here. And yeah, that was everything I have to share. My name is Johan Nathan. You can check out some stuff at johan.fyi. If you click these, nothing's gonna happen because you can't click them, but you can go to the website and get my socials. I've been making vlogs as well with Ian, so on YouTube I post some different vlogs, which is just sharing the journey of building a portfolio of startups in Chiang Mai. Hopefully gonna sell another one within the next 12 to 15 months. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate your time. Hopefully it was good. See you.